All of you were given a piece of paper that looks like this at the top. It just says, it'll have numbers 1 through 8 on the paper. So I'd like you to leave your Post-it notes, just sit there for a minute, all right? Yeah. This is meant as a bit of a warm-up towards you thinking in a way that I'd like you to begin to approach them. So how many of you would realize that sometimes in a really good family, very few or no major problems come from that child, from their family of origination? How many of you realize that? Yeah. Okay, yeah. I've ran across people that honestly, and I mean this, they came from such good, healthy families that they just did not have a problem in the world from that family. Now they're few, all right? Because then there's families like mine. Most of my problems came from my family of origin, all right? And I'll let you know, all of us got saved. Yeah. And I'll let you know this, forgiveness releases our heart before the Lord, but it doesn't change our belief system. Did you catch that? Yeah. So we're after Jesus changing some of our beliefs to line them up with his heart. Are you for that? Yeah. Okay. Here's what I'd like you to do. Take this paper in hand. You're actually going to do it with someone else at your table. Now, if you work so well with your spouse that you can't come up with answers, then work with someone else at the table on this. But here's what I'd like you to do. In fact, most tables break into, how about 2 groups at each table? That means you can do them all together. The child in this fictitious example is a 12-year-old child. If you're male, they're male. How's that? If you're female, they're female. All of this child's problems in this particular case is because of what happened at home. Don't think I'm trying to tilt you towards that. I'm just using it as an example. You got it? Yeah. Okay. I want you to act like you're in a counselor's meeting. You're all pastoral counselors. And you all of us have been around young people enough to realize there are certain common reactions to certain problems. How many of you realize that? Yeah. You can't always predict what their issue would be because it's all over the continuum, but there are things that are common reactions to those problems. So we're going to do the first one together, but I'd like you to think of how a child makes life work, what a child thinks of themselves as far as their own value, what they think of God as a result of going through certain issues, what they think of authority going through certain issues, what they think of themselves going through certain issues, what they think of their parents going through certain issues. And so let's take the first one together. A child grows up in a highly irresponsible home. How about this? I'm going to tell you how irresponsible it can be. How about dad's in prison and mom's a drug addict, and you're 12 years old in that family? What are common ways that child makes life work? Name one. It's a reaction.
Independently functions.
Okay. Did you hear Jim Kingsbury? He said that child becomes independent. So that would be an answer. Yeah. Independence. Now, even the word independence is all over the gamut. Independent can be, I don't trust anybody but myself. Come on? Yeah. And everyone else is irresponsible. Right. However, independent. If that child grows up believing, you know what, if it's going to happen, I have to make it happen, and I can't trust anyone else for it to happen, imagine how they'll be doing church as a pastor. I do church independently. I run the council meetings. I tell them what to think. I tell them what to do. Why? Because I don't believe anyone else is responsible anyway. I wonder why people are around me for a little bit, then they tend to back off from me. They tend to be intimidated by me. Why? Maybe it's because I don't trust them, because I don't trust anybody. Can you understand the implications of these? How many say, I can see that. I can see that happening. Yeah, all right? Yeah. Though I forgave my mom and my dad, I'm still doing life the same way. And I might tell you, I'm pastoring my church the Bible way, but I'm pastoring the Bible in the booth way. Does that make sense to you? And you fill in your last name. All right. That was fabulous, and I really did not ask him to say that. It was just his awesomeness over there. Huh? That's what you call him today from here on, his awesomeness. All right. What's another one?
Taking responsibility yourself.
Okay, and what's your name again?
John.
John. John, did you hear what he said?
No.
Taking on the responsibility himself or yourself. So I'm going to use a different word, and that is he becomes overly responsible. Yeah. All right? Now that overly responsible person will make sure the job gets done. Listen to the problems laden in this issue of being overly responsible. Of course, again, you tend to believe other people are irresponsible and tend to believe that if you give them an assignment, they will not fulfill it. So you tend to not build teams if you believe you are over-responsible and they are under-responsible. Also, if you're over-responsible, you're going to be working 7.5 days a week and not taking the Sabbath. All right? You're going to be over-pastoring your church. Did you know that you're capable of that? Huh? Your wife is going to be wondering why you never give her time. Your kids are going to be wondering why you never give them time. Why? Because you're over-responsible in everything that you do. And you tend to look at other people as a little bit irresponsible. Here's the problem. When a child grows up, let's say they're 11 or 12 years old, and they become, as John said, overly responsible, is they then will try and discipline or try and care for, make sure there's food in the house, etc. But they're not making the money a 28-year-old is making. They're making the money of what an 11-year-old is making. Might be mowing somebody's lawn, washing somebody's windows. They're not able to make it. Their other siblings, maybe they give them a bad time for them trying to exert their authority to try and make life work. So they grow up and think, you know what? People don't want to listen to me, and I'm not competent, but I am responsible. What a bummer to feel that responsible but incompetent. Huh? Have you ever had some of those feelings?
Yes.
Me and Craig. Couple over here, yeah, you understand. All right, what's another one on just the irresponsible? Yeah, right here. What's that?
Not accountable to anybody.
Wow, listen to that. I'm not answering to anybody. I'm independent. I'm going to get the job done. Nobody's going to tell me what to do. Of course, Mom and Dad aren't even around to tell me what to do, hardly. But yeah, thank you.
Withdrawing into yourself because you don't want to deal with what the parents are like.
How about isolation? Withdraw. How about disconnected relationships? Untrusting relationships? Somebody else over here, raise your hands. Back here? Controlling. Wow. Gain control of it. If only people would do what you know would be best for them. Because they're stupid and I'm not. All right? Not that you would feel that way, huh? All right, somebody over here?
It's like aggressive.
Oh, yeah.
Aggressive.
Aggressive is in a little bit angry too? So always got a chip on their shoulder, huh? Seeing other people as irresponsible. Yeah. Craig?
Critical spirit.
Critical, yeah. Just begin criticizing, especially if that person feels incompetent and they're trying to prove themselves, they become critical. I was thinking about, how about just irresponsible themselves?
Yeah.
In other words, I'm ditching this family. I'm going to go join the gang down the street. I can't cope with this. So my way of coping begins to be being irresponsible. I don't want to carry loads. I won't carry loads because loads mean failure. All right. So we worked the first one together. Huh? What a stellar group you are. Now go to the next one. Use your whole table. All right? Get through them quickly. I'm only going to give you 10 minutes. Give common reactions of each one of those. Do it together.